Hi, welcome to Fix That Format. I'm Pamela. I teach the computer classes at the Arlington Heights Job Center. Some of you may have been in class with me. Since we can't meet face-to-face, I've put together a video series focused on fixing some of the common resume layout problems in Microsoft Word. This particular series of short videos is about working with fonts. Let's take a look. This series consists of 3 short videos. The first one is just about the font basics in Microsoft Word. In the second video, this one, we'll talk about changing the look of a font. And the third video is about finding a resume-friendly font. In this second video, we're going to talk about the basic ways of formatting, which just means changing the look of the font in Microsoft Word. We'll talk about changing the font size, applying bold, italic, underline, and changing the font color. Let's take a look. The font commands are on the Home tab, and here's the font group. The thing to remember about any of the commands in this group is that the text needs to be selected before you can apply any of these commands. So if you're a brand new user to Word, you'll have to remind yourself about this for a while until it becomes automatic. Here I've got some paragraphs. Let's start with changing the font size. So I'm going to select. Up here is the font size. So the default font size in Word is 11. And I can change the font size by doing this, just clicking on another size. Or I can use these 2 buttons. This one is increase the font size. It's even larger. This one is decrease the font size. It does not matter which one you choose, whether you're going to do the drop down or whether you're going to do the buttons, they do the same thing. As far as your resume goes, most experts suggest that you keep your font between 10 and 12 point. Next up, we want to look at the emphasis commands. Those are bold, italic, and underline. The emphasis commands are ways to make certain portions of your document stand out a little bit, like headings or titles, or just something you want to emphasize in some way. Doing something like this makes it easier for a reader to understand how your document is organized. Bold especially is the emphasis type most recommended for electronic resume formatting. Let's give it a go. Bold, italic, and underline are up in the font group, BIU. Like everything else in this group, before you can apply the command, you have to select the text. So I'm just going to select a couple words here. Then you just click on whichever one you want, or all of them. Here's bold, here's italic, here's underline. These are what we call toggle commands. They're on or they're off. So when you want to remove them, you just make sure your text is selected and then just take it off. Easy. The last of the common font formatting options is to change the color of the text. Sometimes people think that this only changes the color on the screen, but no, the colors are changed if you print too. This means that if you're not printing to a color printer, all the color parts of your text will print out as a light gray, so you want to be careful about that. Let's look at an example. The font color button always looks like a capital A with a bar of color under it. It's up here in the font group. Like every other command in this group, before you can change the font color, you have to select the text. So I'm just going to select some text. Then you come up to the little drop down by the side here and pick a color. Remember to deselect. Sometimes it's hard to tell that it's changed color if you leave the selection on. See, it's changed the color. The default font color is just referred to as automatic. So if I want to put this back to the default, I'm reselecting, going back up to the little drop down by font color, clicking on automatic, then it's back to the default. So there you go. How to resize the text, how to emphasize text with bold, italic, underline, how to change the font color. These are the three most common formatting options for documents created in Microsoft Word. You know, it's really fun to play with font because any change you make, it's really obvious that something changed, and it's fun to see what options you have. So enjoy yourself, play around. You can always bring it back to the default, and the more you know about formatting your font, the better your documents are going to be. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps you feel more comfortable with formatting the text in your Word document. In the third video of this series, we'll look at some of the most popular font types experts recommend you use in your resume. If you need a refresher on the basics of using font in Word, take a peek back at the first video in this series. Thanks again. See you soon.